Welcome back to the show, everyone. I've got a very important topic to share with you now. I've got Wayne Stickney from Second Harvest Food Bank here. Talking about their mission. This is really heartfelt, I think. I was talking to Wayne before we started the interview here, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. Wayne, welcome to the show. I want to talk about your mission to feed everyone in need in Orange County.
Our vision is a food and nutritionally secure Orange County for all. And our mission, how we kind of guide ourselves in that is to provide dignified, equitable, and consistent access to nutritious food to people who are experiencing food insecurity.
It's really heartbreaking to hear that that's actually happening. I mean, I know it does worldwide, but bringing it this close to home and understanding just how many people are in need, we'll get to that in a little bit. But your mission it's just heartfelt. And I love it. And I appreciate you being on the show today. You work with 286 partners, which is mind-blowing, and 381 sites across the country to distribute food. That is a massive undertaking.
It is. It's a big operation.
It's a big operation.
When you think about what we do, we're more like a logistics operation. We're a nonprofit, but we act like a business. We bring in food. We get it from 5 different sources. We get donations from manufacturers and distributors, from grocery stores. We call it our grocery rescue program. So we're bringing in millions of pounds of food that is still good, but it's there so that we can give it to people who need it. We purchase it, so as we raise funds, we're able to purchase like fresh produce. We get some of that food from the government, and then we actually have a farm that we operate in Irvine.
Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. We opened the farm in August of 2021. And since then, we've harvested over 8 million pounds of food. It's a lot of food. It's hard to put into perspective, but it's a lot of food.
It's hard to put into perspective. You say farm. Now, are you including like orchards of trees that produce fruits or
So we have
vegetables?
17 varieties of vegetables that we typically grow out there. Sometimes, depending on the year, it might be a little bit more or less. They're all above ground. And you think cabbage and squash and bell peppers and broccoli and broccolini and cabbage or cauliflower.
Cauliflower, yes.
And we work with, we lean on volunteers to help us plant, harvest, and weed the fields. And it's actually a 40-acre farm that we partner with. The University of California, they have a research center that's about 2 miles from the food bank. And it's definitely a great way we've been able to engage the community. We started a youth education program, so we're getting elementary schools out there for field trips that are educational. We teach them a little bit, but then they're actually seeing where the food comes from, right in the ground.
That's fantastic. So they really gain a better understanding of where it originates from. They probably are like, let me get my hands dirty. Let me get, a shovel. And are they helping on that level?
Absolutely.
Really?
So my son's in a Cub Scout troop, and we've brought the troop out, and the volunteer experience. We had a bunch of kids when we were picking cabbage. So if you think of rows of cabbage, right, and kid is in each row in a line, and they're actually picking the cabbage up and tossing it to the next person.
Oh, that's great. I love it. So you distributed 42 million pounds of food per year to almost 460,000 people in Orange County per month?
Yes, so 42 million pounds.
Let's try to put that into perspective.
Okay, 42 million pounds over the course of last year. What you said, the average per month is 459,000 plus people. That's the equivalent of filling Angel Stadium 10 times over every single month.
Tell me how that works. You have different distribution sites throughout Orange County. We noticed on the video that they were palleting boxes of food to these distribution sites.
So I mentioned we source the food. We bring it into our distribution center. The distribution center is 120,000 square feet. It's equivalent, if you wanted to picture it like 2 football fields. And when we bring the food in, there's a few things that have to happen. We inventory it. We also have a very robust volunteer presence there. So the volunteers are taking like bulk food. So if you think of a big box of like red apples, the volunteers, they form groups and they're picking through the apples and, breaking it down to family-sized portions.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, think about like a big bin of apples instead of just taking it to one of those 286 partner sites and dropping it off. We really value that dignified aspect of what we do. We're picking through those apples, not just to make sure that they're family size, like, a single mother can just grab it and go. We're picking through it to make sure if there's a rotten apple, that doesn't end up at our partner.
Right, absolutely. So tell me how it works when the people in need are in line. Do they request different types of foods or vegetables, or is it what's available is what they're given? How does that work?
So we've been, since the pandemic, there was this somewhat of a shift in how we provide food. And when I say we, it's our partner network, it's the food bank, and going back to that dignified experience, another aspect of that is a lot of our partners, we've worked with them to create what's called client choice. And client choice looks like it's 2 different types of distribution. One, there might be a permanent, we call it a permanent pantry, where volunteers who are operating that permanent pantry, it's like a grocery store. And people who need food can come in and they get to peruse for the items that work for their family. The opposite of that is, you come, you need help, and we give you a bag, and whatever's in the bag you get. This is a great model for what we call that client choice, the dignified experience. The other is we actually have partnerships with schools where it's called mobile school pantry, and there's 75 schools that we're currently working with, and we call it just-in-time delivery. So we have a fleet of 17 trucks that are delivering anywhere from 5 to 5.5 days a week, and the truck will pull up to a school site. There's a group of volunteers that have been organized. They work with our truck driver. They pull that food out, and they place it in a farmer's market style layout. And the pictures, words don't necessarily do it justice, but the pictures are beautiful. Just seeing people, the gratitude that they feel when they're being able to get food.
Sure. Now, do they have to go through some sort of process in order to sign up to get the food?
All of our partners provide the food for free. There's very little barrier to getting that food. For the longest time, I think people who have experienced food insecurity, there's this like stigma of shame, and we all feel for that. If you need help, you need help. So we do not require people to qualify for the food. If you show up to the food bank, or you or I show up to the food bank, we're going to be able to get help.
Wonderful. Well, speaking of help, your volunteer, 14,000 volunteers in Orange County alone. Is that correct?
14,000, yes.
And you're looking for more.
We are. We
tell our viewers how they can volunteer.
Well, I think the main thing is to visit our website, feedoc.org or feedoc.org. There's all the information people need is on there. So 3 things that I would invite your viewers to consider doing. One is first and foremost volunteer. We have in our distribution center volunteer opportunities available Monday through Saturday. The farm is available Tuesday through Saturday. If you want to volunteer, we've got a spot for you. The second way I think people can help, if your viewers are so inclined, consider making a donation. Every dollar matters. It's a big operation. Sending trucks all over the county can cost some resources, but That's another way to consider. And then I think third, part of what we're doing today, and we're so grateful for you, Bree, and the station for hosting us, is the ability to educate the community about what we're doing and that we actually exist.
I had no idea.
So the third way is come for a tour.
Yeah, that
Maybe
sounds
you don't want to
exciting.
volunteer right away, but just come check it out. We'll give you a tour. We have monthly community tours, or if that doesn't work in your schedule, I'll host you.
Well, there's no excuse.
No.
Wayne, thank you so much for talking about this subject. It's special, and I know there's a lot of people out there who really have the ability to volunteer. So I encourage everyone to get out there.
Thank you, Bree.
Go take a tour. Thanks for joining me. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.